Stormy Daniels was very oddly arrested. She was at a strip club, and I guess they were trying to do like some of the. Oh, she was in Ohio. I think it was in Columbus, Ohio. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but I am. I'm just kidding. But anyways, so she was at a strip club, and I guess she still does like her routine or whatever. And it's illegal in Ohio for anyone who's not your family member to touch you, even if it's consensual, which is, I don't understand that. It's kind of weird. So what the cops did is they did like this undercover thing, basically, where they went in and I guess, to my understanding, the cop was the one who ended up touching Stormy Daniels. Basically, she was like saying like, oh yeah, you can touch my tit or whatever it was. And so they, went in and they started like, oh my God, and they arrested her, which is one of the dumbest things that I've ever seen. I don't understand it. It's such a waste of police time, and it's dumb. First of all, prostitution should be legalized nationwide, 100%. But just the idea of using your resources to go after something like that is one of the most embarrassing things that I've ever seen. Why would you use your resources to go after someone like that? It doesn't make any sense. It's so embarrassing. And what ended up happening was the charges got dropped because they're not gonna pursue that, especially with this lawyer being Michael Avenatti. Like they're not gonna be like little chumps. Like that's the thing. So I think the other two dancers, I don't think the charges were dropped against them, but it was against her. Obviously, she has amazing representation in court, and that just goes to show you sort of some of the flaws we have in our system. But you get the point. Let's see what Ben Shapiro said about this. He made a comment about it.
Let's get into the news. So, in other bizarre and strange news, Stormy Daniels has now been arrested, and it's hilarious. Okay, so Stormy Daniels was arrested last night. Why? Well, it's sad when, the new Democratic leader is arrested. Everybody during the rallies in 2016 was shouting, lock her up about Hillary Clinton. And then Hillary Clinton became irrelevant. And now it turns out we're going to lock up the new Democratic leader, their leading 2020 candidate, Stormy Daniels.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't really know what he's trying to get at. I don't know what he's trying to say because he's sort of laughing about it. What I got from what he was saying is he's sort of laughing at it as in it was a dumb thing for the police to do. But I can't really tell because he didn't really make it clear. In any way, shape, or form, he didn't really make it clear. But the thing that I wanted to comment on here was his claim that Stormy Daniels is the leader of the Democratic Party, or that Stormy Daniels is the prospect in 2020 to run for president of the United States. Where did you get that? Where did that come from? Stormy Daniels is not the leader of the Democratic Party, nor is she the hopeful to run for 2020 or the next person to run for president in 2020. The person to run in 2020 is Bernie Sanders. But how is Stormy Daniels the leader of the Democratic Party in any way? She's not even a legislator. She's not even in Congress or anything like that. So how could she be the leader of the Democratic Party? I don't know. Ben Shapiro makes some really weird and just sort of I don't understand these kinds of comments, but I don't know. You let me know your thoughts about this down below. I mean, if you can explain to me what the hell he was trying to say here, that'd be kind of nice to understand.
Here's esteemed would-be jurist Katie Tour at MSNBC today. Let's watch.
Based on where Americans stand on the issues, and Americans have really moved in a much more progressive direction over the years, do you think it's appropriate to continue to take such a strict originalist view of the Constitution, given it's 2018 and not 1776?
Ben, this is where I say, kids, don't try this legal analysis at home. Your reaction?
Oh, the levels of stupid. 1776, the Constitution was not yet written, number one. Number two, if you believe that America has evolved beyond the Constitution, it has an amendment process. Also, we have legislatures that you can elect. And finally, the idea that any of this justifies the Supreme Court moving away from the text of a law simply so they can interpret the Constitution as poetry is more evidence that the left wants the Supreme Court to simply be a super legislature, as opposed to, an actual judiciary that is using judgment instead of will, as per Alexander Hamilton in Federalist 78.
But Ben, isn't it scary, though, when you watch the analysis of the Supreme Court pick, Brett Kavanaugh, you see people now criticizing his name? I mean, the comedians are going after his name. Okay, Brett is apparently a frat boy name. I never heard that before. Now, his national tickets.
Yep. My favorite thing about the name thing is that the same people who think that Brett is an inappropriate name for a Supreme Court justice are celebrating that Cardi B just had a kid she named Culture with a K.
I think it shows just how desperate the left is, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the meltdowns about NATO, the meltdowns about Kavanaugh, the meltdowns about, the Antifa. I love all of it, okay? Just all the balls have to be juggled all at one time because this provides unending humor for you and me. Ben Shapiro, it's great to have you on, as always. And
Good to see you.
Everyone out there, we'll be right back, closing out.